Good evening, everybody. This is Kurt and my dog Lucy coming to you from Port Orchard at the house. And it's kind of weird. The sun's getting ready to set here. And I was trying to think of something to talk about today. And last night I got on the phone with a newfound friend, David Lunares, out of Texas. And he's been watching my videos. And he said that he doesn't think I'm offering enough value in these videos. However, we did bring up the point that I'm not really sure who my sponsor is in 4% here. I think it's Paulo, the one that they had the live with tonight on the 4%, like a documentary kind of thing, where Vic goes through and he talks about what's offered here and how you can change your life and the mindset and all that stuff. And he was interviewing Paulo. But the thing is, my internet was really dropping in and out, so I was only getting, like a really bad cell phone call. We've all had those. But I was trying to think of stuff like inspirational quotes, and everybody sees those all the time, though. I just want to say that I'm going to get this. Being an entrepreneur means a lot to me in the fact that one of these days I can actually get my animal shelter started. And another thing I wanted to do, since I used to ride motorcycles all the time, but I've wrecked 2 of them, and no fault of my own. I'm kind of giving that up. And the doctor asked me, well, what are you going to do now? And I told him, well, I was thinking about doing powered paragliding, which there's a lot less traffic up in the air. It's dangerous too. And he just shook his head and he goes, what can I do? I really want to do that. I want to be able to become really proficient at it and maybe instruct, so that when I do retire, I have a passion, because I think I'd love to fly. I know I love flying, but I've never done a paraglider or a powered paraglider yet. But that's in the works. Now that I've gotten rid of my bike, just got to finish getting it paid for, and because I sold the last one I had a Kawasaki 900 Light Tour. The 2 motorcycles I wrecked were both Victory brand. I don't know if you've ever heard of those. A lot of people haven't. But they're about the same size as a Harley. And the first one I wrecked pretty hard into the side of the guy's pickup that turned right in front of me at 45 mile an hour. And the other one, a gal couldn't see where she was pulling out into and pulled right out in front of me, and there's no way I could stop. But the last one, the reason that we were up in Kingston at the chiropractor, my girlfriend was on the back, and she ended up flying about 15-20 feet through the air and landed on the back of her head. We both had helmets on, because in this state you have to wear a helmet to ride, which was probably a good. So yeah, I think powered paragliding is going to be my next thing, my next experience, and I've got a couple of years yet before I retire, so this is why I'm not going at super speed in the Success Challenge. And David brought up a good point to me last night. He said, when he goes through the lessons, he tends to write down on a little spiral notepad a couple of the things that he thinks he might need to do, instead of having to go back and forth in the videos and try to figure out what. Sometimes Vic does it so fast you don't really know what he's doing. So you have to watch it a few times, and then you get confused, and I just got to slow down and take it one step at a time. Other than that, I really love this program, and I know that it's got infinite possibilities, not just for the 4% Success Challenge and being a promo partner in it, but selling other things that you'd want to sell and get paid for that too. I like the idea of the success challenge. I it's just fascinating to me, the mindset. Like I told you, my goals, um, they change, but the one I keep current on, like Mr. Nightingale keeps telling us, to read it twice a day at least. So I read mine the first thing I do when I get up in the morning and right before I go to bed, and sometimes in between. And then I write other goals, uh, smaller ones, because my goal right now is to make at least 100,000 a month. That would be ideal. That's Who knows, that could be tomorrow or not, but I'm just trying to get to where I can get a couple of friends out there, a couple of people that follow me and think that I have something interesting to say. And so far, that's my biggest battle, is trying to figure out stuff to talk about. With the 4% challenge doing, what it does for me, uh, that's going to come. It's just a matter of putting it down on pen and paper so I don't forget it all the time. But anyway, this is, I think, day 5, and I'm doing it every day, not just during the week. So I figured I'd pass that on to you, and I'm going to get out of here before I hit the 7-minute mark. So, hey, Lucy, say hi to everybody and say goodbye. We're going to go now. Okay, guys, talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.